Eric is a narcissistic comedian who tried to kill himself. Yeah, because he thinks he deserves an audience with God.
Not that narcissistic. You might recognize Dan. We have a legend here. You might recognize Dan from Roast Battle. And you might recognize his spine from question marks.
You might recognize Eric from hitting on your girlfriend. All right. Speaking of narcissists, Eric's a Jewish rapper. Like what? Yeah. His name was Lil Hat.
That's very good. Dan, you truly put the art in retarded. Dan lost his virginity at 22, which honestly earlier than I would have thought. Doesn't Dan look like a rough draft of Pinocchio? Like he only lies about having a girlfriend? Wait, I have one for the blind guy too. Doesn't Dan sound like a dolphin that wished to be a real boy?
Stop riffing, you narcissists. Yeah, Eric used to love 50 Cent until he found out it wasn't money.
Dan, thanks for being here. I know you'd rather be chasing a laser pointer around the room.
I thought you'd never shut up. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Fuck you. Before comedy, Eric used to be a magician. Yeah. But one time he was sawing a woman in half, and he thought, "This is really funny. I should be a comedian." Oh man.
That bombed. They still love you. Dan gets really mad when you call him autistic. And honestly, it's that kind of emotional range that lets you know it's Asperger's.
Eric loves doing psychedelics, such as like mushrooms and ketamine, which help him find deep truths, like sometimes no means yes. As a matter of fact, Eric's in the psych ward right now, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes women are nice to him and then they yell, "Psych!"
All right, guys, let's wrap this up. I have to go run a 5K for whatever disease he has. And Dan has to go sit alone in his room and try to move a pencil with his mind.
All right, make some noise! All right, overtime! Woo!
Jeez, I don't know what to do. There's so much to say about this whole thing. Doesn't Dan look like his favorite restaurant is the McDonald's ball pit?
All right. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but Eric was a Jewish rapper. Yeah. His only accomplishment was proving Kanye right.
We appreciate you making time to be here tonight, Dayton. I know it's almost water park season. Doesn't Dayton look like the kid who ODs on opioids on the lazy river?
It is almost water park season.
It really is.
Joshua's nose looks like God molded it perfectly to sniff a girl's neck when they hug.
Fits right in there. Dayton is from Oklahoma, which makes him an Oklahomo. He told me that everyone in his life thinks he's gay. So here in America, where democracy reigns supreme, brother, it sounds like the people have spoken. You are gay. USA! USA! USA!
Joshua does not like to drink alone, but he does love when a girl leaves their drink alone.
Thank you, Elf on the prescription shelf. Dayton looks like Justin Bieber if he got raped a little less. Found the line.
I'm sorry. All my jokes make Joshua into some kind of like rapist, but Joshua is not a rapist. He's a bro, which stands for binge rapes often.
Love it. Didn't you kiss your ferret with that mouth? Come on. Dayton has a goth girlfriend, which honestly, bro, respect. But it is obvious that Dayton doesn't listen to his goth girlfriend because he hasn't killed himself yet.
Did you hear that, girlfriend? Joshua looks like he says gay out loud every time he types it in a porno.
Dayton is such a skinny little guy. He's actually my girlfriend's goal weight. Dayton is so thin, I bet he drinks every beer with 2 hands.
I'm glad Joshua could take time out of his busy schedule taking notes during White Lotus. Okay, fuck the show. Where is it? Oh no. Okay. Before this roast, there's some little insight. Joshua messaged me on Instagram to exchange info, things we could like roast each other on. I sent him my list, and then he sent me this. I'm the best. I have muscles. I have a hot girlfriend. I eat healthy. I have an education. I have money, and I have a small dick. I'm gay, and I'm a rapist.
So true. I did ask Dayton for some facts as well. He just sent me a bunch of facts about Triceratops. That's all we got.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd never imagined I'd be up here battling grown-up Timmy Turner. But he's only like half grown up. It's like you ask Cosmo and Wanda to never hit puberty.
Before I start my jokes, I just want to say congrats on making it to November. Devin, contrary to popular belief, he does not have diabetes because diabetes is afraid of getting him. But if you did get diabetes, it'd be the first time you'd be anyone's type.
Says the guy who's married versus the one who isn't. Also, the guy who can only wear clothes in Ariana Grande size. Lucas is a black mom, white dad, biracial, or as we call in the community, slavery style.
Also, as we say in the community, stop weighing us down.
Hey, man.
Devin dresses like he preaches the word of Jesus. And he eats like every meal is his last supper. By the way, speaking about fashion, his fashion choices have been called a big swing. Also a big swing. The only swing Devin can fit on.
Lucas is mad his small ass can't mind the gap. He's got to leap over it. Lucas looks like someone sucked the black out of Barack Obama. Like the Monstars did Michael Jordan in Space Jam.
Nice one, Kevin Hart's Wario. Devin, you look like the villain of a racist cartoon. Like one from the 60s, that teaches kids about the dangers of integrating the candy store. Like
Doesn't Lucas look like a chia pet of Steph Curry you'd get at Dollar Tree? I got another one. Lucas has the body of a former child actor who's addicted to pills, and he's got the face of the producer who molested him on that same show.
It's nice to be recognized for my talent. Devin's penis is a lot like his lack of talent. He's the only one who can't see it.
He's just jealous. He's just jealous he didn't get his black mom's penis.
So are you.
What I want to hit this motherfucker with. Lucas is the first person to get a Make-A-Wish because he looked like he had AIDS. And his wish was to have a dick like a real black guy.
You know what's crazy? This is him on Ozempic.
Oh, yeah. This is great. I've always wanted to talk back to my caseworker. Bit dark, but Esther tried and failed to kill herself 3 times. Yeah, and I am sick of these unqualified DEI hires who cannot do the job of a white person.
Everyone, this is Dan. Give it up for Dan. He looks like he bites. Dan's a software engineer, but apparently not a very good one because he's still buffering.
Esther looks like she goes to BLM rallies with a white guy named Tanner. She's Black Power in the streets, but Kenny Powers in the sheets.
God. Fuck you. Little Nicky with a ticky. Dan's lived in Bushwick for 8 years. And that's the closest he's been to Bush in that time. Dan, you look like before you do a rape, you say, go, go, gadget erection.
She's not used to a white guy with moves. Esther is African and told me she gave up on dating. So if she wants a diamond, she's gonna have to get it herself.
You can't believe you've been single for so long. With someone that vibrates that much, you think you make a woman come. But instead, that would have been good. Dan is 32, and he looks like his parents have been trying to put him down for a nap for 32 years. Did I say put him down for a nap? I meant put him down. I think the only time that Dan was still, it was when his parents wished he was stillborn.
Speaking of born, Esther froze her eggs, so they could also be cold and alone.
Dan identifies as straight, but he once hooked up with a trans woman. I thought you autistics were good at maths. If there's one penis in the room plus another penis in the room, you're fucking fat, bro.
She's allowed to say that she is queer? Yes, Esther is a queer African woman, so she eats pussy but not clits.
Even though I sound like Top Boy, I know that you're a bottom girl. Dan is a vegetarian. He's been a vegetarian for a while now. The last time he had meat was that trans woman. Dan is... Dan, he's also got asthma. Dan's got asthma and I'm black, so both of us can't breathe.
See what I meant about the Tanner thing? All right. Moses, let's get up here.
Hi guys. Yeah, everyone give it up for my opponent, a jack-o'-lantern that made it through the winter. Doesn't Charity look like she was breastfed oat milk? That did okay. So this is Sarah. She was part of a sorority. The girls would say, "Woo, let's ride the mechanical bull," and then Sarah would say, "Oh, go ahead." It's funny because I took your dad for a ride last night, so that was cool. Guys, Charity is unemployed, broke, and bisexual. So if she wants to eat pussy, she has to buy it with food stamps. Good one, Arian Grande. Sarah was a triplet, but that's not the first time 3 pricks were in her mom's pussy. She was a triplet with an eating disorder. She's so anorexic, she even split her first egg. I mean, very economical of me, to be honest. Guys, I don't think you're understanding enough that she's unemployed and her name is fucking Charity. Right? Okay, that would be like naming a kid at St. Jude's Kima. Dude, doesn't Sarah look like she only swallows cum after it goes through a Brita filter? Delicious. All right. So Sarah loves Sex in the City. That's why she looks like sex and smells like the city. You look like a Barbie doll if the choking hazard was her fingers. Sarah went to a lot of frat parties, but the boys never put anything in her drink because they couldn't find the watering trough. Doesn't she look like she uses way too much teeth when she shakes your hand? Yeah, she's a huge slut. Sarah has HPV and herpes. If you're unfamiliar, herpes is short for her pee-pee's burning. Yeah, so many men drove into that pussy, she literally developed speed bumps.
That's 5, Sarah.
Yeah, there's congestion pricing now, so thank you. Yeah, no, I caught my STDs, but Charity looks like she was born with them, so. Thank you. Charity, thank you so much for taking time away from walking the mile in Cookie Monster pajamas to be here. So Charity's mom is a clown, and her dad is a mime. Like, that is so tragic. Can you imagine this being the least disappointing member of your family? So Charity, she doesn't have a driver's license, so I would assume that she doesn't have a car, and judging by everything else about her, I would assume she also doesn't have a mirror. I think it's really crazy that you don't drive, because you look like you got a DUI in the Magic School Bus. This is true. Charity has had 4 exes come out as trans after dating her. Like, what, one more and you get a free smoothie or something? Charity's had more sexually confused people inside her than a thrift store in Bushwick. Jesus Christ.
And that's 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Charity's hair is so brave. You look like you got an Edward Scissorhand job. My hair is almost as brave as the men who fuck you without a condom. So the first time we met, I was looking around the room. I saw Sarah, and then about 5 minutes later, I saw her left eye. I'm so jealous. You look like you could make direct eye contact with a pair of nipples. Charity told me that she goes in and out of the closet a lot. Honey, if those clothes were in that closet, everybody already knows, okay? And where was this closet? A Subaru dealership? Jesus Christ. That was a really good one. Regina George, Jar Binks. I don't know who
Sarah
that is.
was a triplet who was taught by nuns and then joined a sorority. In other words, she was hated by 3 groups of sisters.
Charity has told me that she's dated a lot of autistic people because the call is coming from inside the house.
Sarah was raised Catholic, but don't you worry. She left the church as soon as she heard that Jesus was black. She's a bit like Jesus because she also offers her body to everyone at the table.
Charity looks like she's in a polycule with the voices in her head.
Okay, well, so this is fucked up. Sarah lost her virginity on the toilet. It's kind of crazy because usually when men have sex with her, they're the ones on top of human waste. No, dude, on the toilet, you came the same way Elvis died, ugly.
I didn't come, first of all. We have to wrap this up. Charity has to get back to writing fan fiction about people she knows in real life. amazing that she looks so old and so young at the same time, right? Right? It's like, I can't tell if you're 12 or if you've been dead for 30 years.
Oh man, it's been an honor battling Lindsay Lohan if the movie was called Herpes Fully Loaded.
Last joke, and then I'm gonna give it to y'all. Charity, it's on you. Give a round of applause.
So Sarah looks like a McDonald's French fry, but you know what they say, you are what you puke. She's a lot like a French fry. She's hot, she's salty, and men only want her on the side.
Always the side, never the bride. It's true. Well, if I'm a French fry, you're an ice cream machine, because you don't work, bitch.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. 86% of the crime. Just kidding. Digging a hole. This is going to be fun. Eric is a huge fan of TikTok. Not surprising. Look at him. His thing is you get 3 13-year-olds move in your house, start filming it. If you call it a content house, totally legal.
All right, first off, I just want to say, Mike, thanks for coming here. I know you'd rather be hanging out with your best friend, SpongeBob. He looks like a fat pink starfish, guys.
You look like a clarinet. Continue.
You look like a juggalo without his makeup. All right. Mike recently lost 60 pounds, guys, but don't worry. He found them again. He is on Ozempic. He's on Ozempic. Mike, you know you're not supposed to eat it, right?
Oh, man. Thank you, Wes Anderson's idea of a Jew. The more you look, the funnier it gets, right? Eric's a big tech bro. He's actually an early adopter. At 12 years old, he tried to kill himself. 3 years before everyone else wanted him to. Do it.
I still get suicidal when I see Mike without his shirt on. No, I'm happy
That's
we're
what
doing.
you think you look like in the mirror. Don't lie.
You look like you put your shirt on to swim and take it off to eat. All right. I have jokes too. No, I'm happy we're doing this. We're friends. We've always talked about roasting, but he doesn't live here. Fortunately, he's in town to fight the Ghostbusters. Mike lives in Texas, where he's actually considered a fuckboy. Yeah. As in, fuck, boy, you fat as hell.
Oh, that rules. You look like you got your outfit at Calls Black People Urban Outfitters.
You want to bring up their crime statistics again?
In 2 jokes, yeah. Eric's such a tech guy, he got a job in tech. He got a job working for Salesforce, which is a CRM. Imagine his disappointment when he found out it didn't stand for Child Rape Machine. It's like, I'm not here for the sales, I'm here for the force.
You have to force your way through the door frame. Doesn't Mike look like he orders food like a kid talks to Santa? I want a burger and a burrito and cake and this many fries.
The fucking rules. I'm a fat guy named Eaton. He's a guy named Asker, which is ironic because he never asks her. He just takes it. Eric's also a Jew from Virginia, so his personality is 1 part January 6th, 1 part October 7th.
I'm glad you brought up Israelis, because Mike is really fat.
It's a one-meal solution, brother.
You're where all the food trucks have been going.
Dude, I eat halal, I eat haram. I'm all about it.
I feel like I've been hammering the fat thing.
Keep going.
Mike also, he went to he was arrested for selling weed. Yeah. I assume edibles.
I wouldn't have had any left over to sell.
You look like the guy in jail who knows how to make toilet ice cream.
Oh, that fucking rules. Oh, that rules so hard. I wish. Eric actually got in a lot of trouble for taking photos of women without their permission. Which I know is bad. He got caught because he was using one of those old-timey cameras with a flap you climb under.
You look like when you roofie women, you wrap it in a little cheese first.
You're the expert.
Mike would find a passed out woman and tuck a napkin into his shirt and be like, don't mind if I do.
This battle, if you can see us, looks like two guys fighting over an unattended drink. But Josh won because he can throw roofies with a perfect spiral. Speaking of sports, Josh wanted to be a sports journalist because he already has that thing the NFL players get, domestic violence charges.
Andrew grew up a fat Palestinian child. Weren't those the good old days? When Palestinian children could be fat? Miss those days.
You're Palestinian, goofball. Josh is very strong from years of pulling on push doors. Thank you. He's especially jacked for how stupid he is. He's too worried about getting gains in the gym, but not brains in the hymn.
They both start with PU. Give me a break, all right? Andrew is unemployed, which is crazy because you look employed. In fact, I could have sworn you were in Doge. Shouldn't you be firing anyone who's black or gay right now?
Your jokes end with PU. Shit stinks. Ladies, you may recognize Josh from just before blacking out. Josh seems like he bought the Kama Sutra just because it was the only adult picture book.
Andrew went to community college because he loves dumb women with low self-esteem. But then he dropped out when he realized how old they all were. And they have opinions. Ew.
Josh works in advertising. Maybe that's why after 5 seconds, people skipped his YouTube special. Josh makes TV commercials, and they're a lot like his act. It's something you have to get through to see the rest of the show.
Andrew's dad was a mechanical engineer, so he wasn't around a lot. But I'll tell you who was around. Andrew's little fat ass. He was around as hell.
Round one looked great.
All right, y'all. Andrew told me back in the day he used to smoke, vape, and use Zen. So I guess he used to be fucking awesome? I don't know. What else did you used to do? Rip guitar solos and eat pussies 2 at a time? Bring back the old cool fat Andrew. That's what I say. Andrew has a stay-at-home mom and a homeless brother. Damn, does anyone work in your family? You may recognize Andrew from pulling his pants all the way down at the urinal. Andrew actually told me he's passionate about woodworking. Pause. But maybe you should get into regular working too, or you're gonna end up like your dead homeless brother. Come on. Woodworking, more like should working. Get a job, guy. I got one more. Sorry, I can't count. Give it up for the only straight guy in the prep commercial. This is true. Andrew once had sex with a mentally challenged woman. Her biggest challenge was finding his clitoris. I might have done 5, actually. I don't know. Whoops.
You're kidding me. You can't count?
I really can't. I really can't.
This battle looks like when you see an actor with the real-life guy he played. You know? Josh is the guy on the Special Olympics lacrosse team who you, like, think doesn't belong until he talks. He's killing all game, and then after he's like, man, I didn't get a single butterfly. Josh was an altar boy and also had to have surgery to fix his butthole. Coincidence? I think balloon not. The surgery went well. Since he was raised Catholic, it wasn't the first time a man in a gown tore that ass up. Guys, if you haven't seen Josh's special, and I know you haven't, you'd know that 2 of his cousins are currently fucking. His family doesn't know. It's a well-kept secret because Josh brings it up towards the end of his special. And they didn't watch it either. If you have any passwords you want to keep safe, you can hire Josh to make a special about it. Josh had butthole surgery because his colon collapsed under the weight of his uncle. His ass is fine now, though. As we saw with his special, he has no problem producing a huge piece of shit.
What a fire round 2!
So, as we've seen, Josh is very hot, but also very D-U-M-B. Like, he definitely holds a fork with his whole fist like a toddler. You know? He's like, that's good pescetti.
I already said my first joke for this round last round. Do you guys remember how funny that was? Here's one I just thought of. Andrew is G-A-Y. Told you I could spell.
This is very impressive. This is actually the longest Josh has gone without saying, I got that dog in me. Josh does yoga. His favorite move is stretching 5 minutes of material into a YouTube special. Unfortunately, his special didn't go viral, but it did make a lot of people feel sick.
Remember when Andrew's voice cracked earlier? Make some noise for the girls' basketball coach who doesn't have a daughter on the team.
Like everybody on YouTube, I'm going to get away from Josh's special for a second. I want to keep in mind, Josh literally has incest in his family right now. I don't want that to leave your mind. But it's crazy because the real incest baby in the family is Josh's YouTube special. It came out too early. It's not put together right. Nobody wants to watch it for him.
All right, is it just me, guys, or does Andrew look like a bike cop? He looks like the bike cop who kicked his homeless brother out of that park one time.
Josh is hot, but from Tennessee, so he's kind of like the hills have queer eyes. Josh's incest cousins actually loved his special, partly because they're inbred retards, but mainly because it replaced them as the worst thing his family's ever done.
Guys, I don't think it's fair that I have to face Andrew here at Grove 34 because he literally lives upstairs. This is home field advantage for him. That's like if Andrew had to roast me where I live, his fat Palestinian mom's pussy. That's all we got. Rob.
All right. No one tell him. How many fingers am I holding? Quiet, let him answer.
None.
That was good. That was good.
All right, man. Everybody, put your hands together. Well, not everybody. For Chris Crespo, the crippled Cuban, all right? Now, he is Cuban, but I'm pretty sure you don't got to worry about ICE. I'm sure you're legal because there's no fucking way you swam here, man.
Brandon uses Braille. He just wrote "I love you" on his girlfriend's face.
I'm accurate, man. Chris, you fucking sleep paralysis, tickle monster looking ass. Fucking, a lot of people are scared the first time they see Chris, but I assure everyone here he is unarmed.
Brandon hit a wall in his comedy career, and every time he walks.
That is accurate. That is accurate. Man, I was worried I'd be at a disadvantage because I can't do looks like jokes. But now that I'm standing next to you, I realize I can do smells like jokes. Hey, Chris, you smell like the type of dude who like leaves comments on porn videos. Like this rape scene was uninspired and hacky.
I thought you were blind! How are you reading comments?
Screen reader.
Oh my God. Brandon moved to Atlanta because he doesn't see color.
Chris, you smell like you gotta change the rag on the end of your wiping stick.
Oh my God. Brandon used to shoot heroin, but now that he has an improved sense of smell, he snorts it.
Where there's a will, there's a way, dude. So, guys, Chris here actually wrote a novel called, Boy Meets Corpse?
Yeah.
Because he was tired of all those uninspired, hacky rape scenes, so he decided he'd take matters into his own. Well, he wrote one himself. Let him hear it, everybody.
Malia looks like a teacher's pet, if the pet was a rat. Yeah, Malia looks like she loves her professor almost as much as he hates his wife.
All right. This feels kind of fucked up. Before we start, can I ask, can he ethically consent to this? You go.
I go? I consent.
Hey.
Hey. Also, you acting like I'm weird. You look like the first girl to ever say, "Where's my hug?" Malia looks like the Smurfette of the Lollipop Guild. And much like Smurfette, she can fuck a guy and leave him with blue balls.
God, you're shaking so much. What are you, a woman being approached by you? Stop. That's mean. That's mean.
Thank you.
Dan works from home, that's nice, but how do you work while chained to that post in the attic? How do you get anything done like that?
All right, I figure I should address it. I do shake. I have Tourette's, but Malia gets it. She's used to dancing on her own. All right. I'm winning you back. You guys are forgetting about Tommy. All right, anyway, Malia looks like she killed her sister in the womb and still talks to her to this day.
Look, a lot of girls come up here, like when they roast guys, they go, oh, he looks like he'd rape you, whatever. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that about Dan. Actually, I think Dan looks more like he'd roofie you and then just get jealous you were sitting so still.
Great work. Y'all are both great, man. So round one goes to Malia's assignment. Round two is going to be 5 jokes. They all going to be in a row. I believe Malia getting us started on that one. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Malia's assignment. It's 5 jokes. Give her a round of applause. Let's roast.
All right, keep it going for the reason my uncle's afraid of the vaccine. When I met Dan, I was like, maybe there's something to that. I guess maybe you never know, you know? Dan is Italian, speaking of racism, but, all right, before this, remember you like me. Dan is Italian, but you look like what Germans thought would happen if they were bitten by a Jew. Dan's upbringing was stable, he says, unlike any chair within 15 feet of him. I don't know if you guys know this, but Dan was actually the winner of the 2021 Coney Island Comedy Festival. But I have to ask, like, is that like how you were the winner of the Olympics? All right. Honestly, I know we're roasting, but Dan is actually a really nice person. So nice, actually, that whenever somebody's introducing him to a stranger, they go, "No, he's friendly."
All right, I get it. I seem creepy. Yeah. We're all uncomfortable. But Malia and I know each other very well. She asked to be here, right? Seriously. Malia's a Jewish girl who went to Columbia, so this isn't the first time she pretended she wasn't safe. Yeah. Malia is afraid of anti-Semitism. Ironic, because she looks like she was molested by her uncle's Semitism.
look like the baby of that incest.
All right, uncalled for. My turn to do 5 jokes in a row.
Sorry, you're right. He's right.
You know me. I'm autistic. I love to count. All right. Malia's Jewish, but she still went to Mass. Salem, Mass in 1693. All right, I want to just say something nice about Malia because she said something nice. I mean, Malia is like a lot of the girls, and it's just like a messed up thing. A lot of girls in comedy, they say that they like have sex with dudes to get spots. So it's very much not true about Malia. She's hilarious, as you've seen. Yeah. When Malia fucks dudes, it's because she's a whore.
Give it to him, ladies and gentlemen. And Dan Wickes takes round number 2. For the first time tonight, we're going to the tie-breaking 3rd round. 5 jokes, tit for tat. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Wickes is going to get us started. Y'all give him a round of applause. Last round, let's go.
What's up, guys? This is awesome. This rules, right? You know, you're witnessing something historic right now. Yeah, this is the longest Malia has ever gone without asking her boyfriend if he's mad at her.
All right. Look, I don't know what to say. Dan looks like what happens when you let the bed bugs bite. I don't know what. It's not supposed to happen. Doesn't he look like he jerks off to porn he drew himself?
Malia and I both look like we love My Little Pony. All right, anyway, actual joke. So this is true. Malia's had her heart broken by multiple men with podcasts. Yeah. Yeah, she liked, but they did not subscribe.
Dan grew up Catholic, he told me. Actually, no, he wasn't Catholic. He thought he was Catholic because anyone who looked at him would do the sign of the cross.
Malia looks like her black friends don't have black friends. What's the matter, Malia? Shaken up?
That's right. Make him feel like he's winning. It makes him feel good. Dan told me he didn't go to prom and instead stayed home and watched Fast Five. Yeah. I think that's funny because Fast Five is also what they call the girls who got out of going to prom with Dan.
Yes, I did see Fast Five. Cargo, vroom, vroom. Anyway, Malia looks like she takes Adderall so she can focus on taking Xanax.
guys just love autism. What can I do? What? What do you want from me? This? You want this? What do you want? I'm trying. Let me tell a fucking joke. Okay, Dan's classmates always saw his potential. Actually, in high school, he was voted most likely to haunt an opera.
All right. Malia looks like she evicted a family from her dollhouse.
Okay. This is true. This is true. Dan once had sex with a trans woman. That's good. It's great. It's good. Love is love, right? They had a good thing going between them. Don't ask me about my chromosomes. I won't ask you about yours. That's it.
Oh, sunglasses indoors. Get a load of Mr. Cool Guy over here. I mean, really. No, I kid. Brandon can't see shit. And so, in fairness, I feel it's only right to accurately describe to you what I look like, which is a hot, thin Latina model. And do with that what you will. I'm excited to hear what you got.
That's hilarious. You wanted to start with that. So, yeah, when Pauline and we first met over the phone a couple weeks ago, and she told me about herself, late 20s, tall, thin, athletic. She was chewing the whole time. But I'm like, look, dude, maybe you do look like Scarlett Johansson, but now that I'm up here, you definitely smell like chipped beef and boob sweat. So maybe you fibbed. I don't know.
Hey, I was chewing, but I was chewing on cock because I'm so hot.
That's how it's done.
Getting laid. Yeah, you're right. Brandon's absolutely right. But you know, Brandon, his main passion, he loves to cook. He used to be a chef. Wow, a real Chef Gordon Ramsay over here.
Nice. Yeah, Paulina told me she's Irish. It's like, even I can see that, all right? You pasty, short, red-haired. You look like a leprechaun who decided the best way to hide your pot of gold was to eat it.
Okay, no me gusta that joke. Who told him I was an ugly Irish bitch? What, are you trying to sabotage the poor guy? My God. It's horrible. It's horrible. You know, over the phone, Brandon did tell me he was a raging alcoholic. He's a heavy drinker, which is the reason why I would never trust him behind the wheel.
I drive better, man. Look, Paulina has also told me she's never been in a relationship, another shocker. And, but I'm like, dude, do you really not just count that throuple between you, Ben, and Jerry?
We got a lot in common. I'm surprisingly single, you're blind, so we're both not seeing anybody. You know, Brandon also told me he used to be a mover, and the hardest thing he's ever moved is himself on this stage.
Yeah, so Paulina's mom felt like Tylenol was the best medicine for morning sickness. I'm assuming. She told me she lives her life on the spectrum, not autism, just the spectrum between I could eat and I'm fucking hungry.
Nice one.
I know what you're doing.
I got him. He's faking it. In all seriousness, I admire him because being blind has not stopped him from being racist. He'll call ice if the food at a Mexican restaurant tastes a little too good, you know? And as a Latina woman, I do not stand for it. That was my fifth joke.
You went first, right? Yes. Yeah, okay, let's wrap this up. I know she's got to go chase those kids who stole her Lucky Charms. Yeah, Paulina is straight edge, man. No drugs, no weed, no booze, not even Ozempic. And
don't need it.
I asked her, like, how do you get through life with no vices? And she, like, wiped some barbecue sauce on her sleeve and, like, threw a half a mouthful of, like, masticated chicken. She was like, I've never really needed anything else. I envy you for that.
Let's roast! Guys, doesn't Andrew look like he uses the word cunnilingus to describe how he eats an Oreo? Seriously, when Andrew... Jesus Christ. I'm already laughing at the joke, guys. It's that funny. When Andrew eats pussy, he gives tasting notes. Yeah. He's like, do I detect hints of berry? Oh, wait, that's my Zen. Never mind.
Ryan is Jewish and shredded, like the Epstein client list. Yeah. Ryan doesn't say Zionist. He's a beefy Jew, so he calls himself a Hebrew national. The guy loves protein. For dinner, he's voting for a two-steak solution.
Oh, is it? Okay, good. Yeah, Andrew's pretty upset that list never came out. That was the only way his name was going to make the paper. All right. You may recognize Andrew from introducing himself for the third time at a party. Andrew's got a personality like one of those yawns you just can't quite finish, you know? Hey, you're like a khaki pant became a person. Now you're stiff beige, and after you go on a date with a girl, you go right back in the closet.
I'm leaving the party like, they'll remember my name one day. Ryan, this is true. Ryan has trouble sleeping because he's aware of how his life is going. Traveling across the country to do roast battle at 42, yada yada. But his dad was an optician before dying of cancer. It was brutal when he found out what stage he had. He was like, number 1 or number 2? Number 4? Shit!
It's a good joke.
Hey, Ryan, does his headstone get progressively harder to read as it gets towards the bottom?
Yeah.
Here lies who?
Andrew likes to bring flasks to bars because he's not sure they'll serve milk. After seeing Jurassic Park as a kid, Andrew and his brother wanted to be dinosaurs. Yeah. His brother got close. He's also extinct after being caught in black tar. Heroin. Yeah, no. Apparently life didn't find a way.
At least my brother died doing what he loved. Outliving your dad.
Yeah.
He overdosed on Israeli flour. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. Most of you probably know this by now, but Ryan looks like an asshole. That's right. his wife is actually, he's Jewish, his wife is Mexican. They met when their tunnels merged. Yeah. You got your border tunnel in my synagogue tunnel. No, you got your synagogue tunnel. It's a Twix situation.
It's a Reese's peanut butter cup situation.
But yeah, they actually got married this year in Mexico. That's how annoying Ryan is to be around. His wife was like, I want to make sure I can still get deported. She's going to be the first person to call ICE on herself. She's going to be like, yeah, I want to report an illegal. She's living with a guy who could be taller.
Jesus Christ. You guys, one more time for RL Palestine. October 7th is the only thing that gives him goosebumps. No, you look like Ned Flanders if he was diddly doodlied by his neighbor Reno. Go for it.
We got it. Let's see here. Trouble sleeping? Yeah. That's what I'm going to have after having to check my notes. Ryan is divorced. Oh, sorry. That joke is for 2 years from now. Sorry. I got lost. No, let's do a joke for right now. Ryan says AA saved his marriage. Yeah, they haven't fought since Alligator Alcatraz opened. He calls her tears ice water. Marrying Ryan actually prepared her to get kidnapped by ICE because she's already been swept off her feet by an anonymous douchebag meathead.
Man, I thought you were a nice guy.
Yeah.
Turns out you're an ICE guy. Last joke. All right. What's your name again? Oh, yeah. Andrew. Andrew looks like he jacks off to the terms and conditions on Pornhub. Yeah. He's just like, oh, you're going to do what with my data, you dirty slut? I'll check that box. Andrew's from Connecticut, and he was born right next to Sandy Hook. Not the school, the hangar his mom tried to give herself a beach abortion with.
A beach abortion?
A beach abortion. It's what you do in the summer. I got one more part. Sorry. Yeah. Andrew was actually on that game show where you try to prove that you're smarter than a fifth grader, and he lost so bad. You guys know the show, right? To Catch a Predator? He lost bad.
That's a good joke. Ryan looks like a cast member of the Jersey Shore whose nickname would be The Situation Over There Is Just So Complicated. No, Ryan's very in shape. He used to teach that Jewish form of self-defense with the funny name, litigation.
Please don't stand so close to me. All right. Guys, be nice. All right. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Is it cool if I hang out over here? So you guys might recognize Dan as that guy that hugs your girlfriend goodbye slightly too long. No, Dan is like the only school shooter whose rampage you could stop by asking him nicely.
John seems like his least favorite part of a school shooting is missing school. All right. John's posture is offensive to me. We get it. You can stand up straight and still. Okay. Yeah. John seems way too excited to be making fun of a guy with a disability. He thinks everyone in here is disabled because you're capable of empathy.
Doesn't this look like whoever wins gets to be president of the anime club? But, Dan says he has Tourette's, okay? But I think he's just from Long Island and excited to say his next racial slur. you dot header. He's like the James Bond of autism, you know? Shaken, not stirred.
It's true, I do shake. And when I shake, I'm doing an impression of John waiting to get his hand called on in class.
We're like 30 years old. We got him.
I didn't grow out of it. Okay, anyway, John's ethnicity is Indian American Psycho. Yeah. John told me he hates trans women because he hates seeing penises on his toilet camera.
Listen, I like to watch what I like to watch, okay? So. All right. Dan was conceived during an earthquake, I assume. But okay. Let's get serious. All right. So Dan's father was in the World Trade Center on 9/11, 2001, and he made it out. He made it out safely. Thank God. He made it out safely. But he was really traumatized. Like, can you imagine how shaken up he must have been? And you know what they say? Like father, like son.
Yeah, John's dad was there too. He was flying in a Slurpee. Yeah, earthquake. We call that the Wickes scale.
What's worse, being called the boogeyman or the Wickster?
Right now, it seems like the boogeyman.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, speaking of dads, John's dad left when he was a kid, which, to be clear, is not his fault. It's not, no. I found out why his dad left, and the reason his dad left is that his mom is a retarded fat whore. And I don't think that's his fault.
You know what? True. All right. If you guys knew her, but so believe it, I've known Dan for a long time, and this might sound hard to believe. He is amazing with women. Okay, he's incredible at making women come. He just sticks his finger up there and sets himself to high. And he's dishwasher safe.
Yes, I make women come, but John makes women, thank you, come again.
That's fucking racist, dude.
Speaking of racism, a lot of Indian parents put a lot of pressure on their kids to become doctors. John's a comedian. Because it turns out laughter is the best medicine when you grow up without a dad.
You know what? Next time we'll aim the plane for the ground floor next time, okay? Man, this is exhausting. I don't know. I'm out of... Okay. Incredible cardio. But can I just take a breath for once? Oh, thank you. So Dan's dad is a math teacher now, and here's a math problem for you. If a plane is approaching a tower at 500 miles per hour, how fast does Dan's dad need to get home early enough to find me fucking his wife?
Too bad your dad didn't want to fuck his wife. All right. Yeah. Doesn't John seem like he could kick my ass in Yu-Gi-Oh? This is a true thing about John. Actually, one time John was able to have sex with a woman by playing rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, that's true. It was ironic because usually brown guys throw rock after she fucks someone else.
Wow, okay.
That's how you do it. That's how you do racism. Make it loud. John is Yoda, the boogeyman, and Dan Wickes, the Wickes guy.